Hi, welcome to my 90-minute yoga class. Today's class is on Santosha. Santosha is one of the niyamas from the 8 limbs of Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, the Ashtanga Yoga. It is coming into that peace that's already available inside. No longer seeking those high highs and always running from those low lows, but finding a middle place to just be and to just find that peace that opens up when you allow yourself to go there. So looking for that in our yoga practice, looking for that middle place, that place where you can just be, and opening up to the contentment that's available, that serenity that is your inherent nature. I hope you enjoy. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to class. We're going to start seated, so you can make your way to a comfortable seated position to begin. Take a moment to settle into those sits bones. You can reach back if you need to, adjust the sits bone flesh out and apart. Create a foundation. And in creating that foundation, you'll naturally get this lift and length that comes into the spine, into the back body. Roll the shoulders back and down, relaxing the face, the jaw, coming into the breath. And there's a certain degree of holding you have here. Holding of the spine in a long position, holding at the low belly, just a gentle tug inwards to protect the low back. Energy of pressing down into the sits bones to create more length. But invite the outer body to soften. Face, the jaw, tops of the shoulders, the lips, and then into a different new layer, relax the mind down into the body. So go even deeper than that. Notice if you've been spending all your time trapped up in the confines of your mind. And just start to drain your awareness down into the heart space. Take a nice long inhale breath. And then exhale. And just bring an awareness to everything that you feel in this moment. Using this practice to deepen your awareness of what's going on within, to completely awaken from the inside out. Consider your intention behind arriving on your mat this morning. Something you wish to gain or release. Maybe you wish to connect to your higher source or self. Surrender into that inner guidance a little more. So that as you bring your hands to your heart now, you take your chin gently towards your chest. You can set that clear intention. Sometimes as we come into this space, it isn't quite clear exactly what that intention is. Know that the space of not knowing is rich and fertile. Just trust your heart to guide you into an authentic practice. Become available to a practice that speaks to your whole being, body, mind, and spirit. And together we'll chant one round of our mantra, Om. Take a nice full breath in and out. Exhale. Inhale to chant. Om. Let the eyes flutter open, keeping your gaze inwards. Symbolically, bring your palms forward and step into your downward dogs. As the hips go up and back, pedal out the legs, bend the knees, shake the head side to side. Press your hands into the floor firmly. Roll into the inner hand, the base of your thumb, index finger, knuckle. Get a little lighter in the pinky, like you're drinking a fancy cup of tea. Just get a little lighter into that pinky finger. And then stretch back a little more and feel the shoulder blades in the back broaden apart. Move up the back. And then bend the left knee deeply, sink the right heel down. And then switch. Right knee bends, left heel pressing down. Breathe into the length you're creating in the backs of your legs. And then soften both knees. Come onto the tiptoes, lift your hips high, pull your belly up and in. Keep your belly here, but start to straighten your legs and reach your heels back and down, and keep that tone for the remainder of your practice. Look forward, step the feet to the top of your mat, hip width distance, grabbing the elbows for ragdoll. Allow the spine to lengthen down over the legs. As you glance at your feet, make sure that they're parallel. That means the outer edges from pinky toe to outer heel, parallel to the outer edges of your mat. Your big toes might have to spin in just a little bit. Let the knees soften so that the spine can elongate. When you bend the knees, think about the front of the upper spine and the back of the upper spine lengthening down easily. So the sternum and the opposite side, the space between the shoulder blades. Relax the head. Let go of the flesh at the back of the neck, the connective tissues there. Then set the hands down to the floor. Look at your feet. Big toe ball mounds pressed down. So that's the space right beneath the big toe. Let that part of your body get heavier and heavier, like it's the heaviest part of your body in this moment. And then share that with the pinky toe ball mound. Can you start to share the weight? And then bring the weight back into the inner heels a little bit, sharing weight between those 3 points. Now, the outer heel is a little elusive. It's kind of hard to find. So rather than trying to ground into it, pretend you could drag your inner heel to your outer heel. So it feels like you're trying to widen your mat a bit with your heels. And as you do that, maintain that. Feel the inner thighs peel back just a touch more. The sits bones lift a touch more. And then pull the arches of your feet into your belly. And I know that doesn't make any sense, but energetically find that. Pull the arches of your feet into those two front ribs so you get a little bit of toned Uddiyana Bandha there. An engagement. It's the same thing we found in our down dogs. Keep that. And then come into a flat back. Lengthen the spine forward. Shoulder blades on the back, heart open. Exhale, fold. Uttanasana, hands down, maybe palms flat. Inhale, halfway lift. Again, create length, the long spine. Exhale, fold at the hip creases. This time, halfway lift. Inhale, lengthen. Hands come to the hips. Exhale. Elbows back. Lift. Inhale. Come to stand. Press down to rise up. Turn on your legs like you could flip a switch and get really active and alive in your legs here as you press down. Take the arms up overhead. Reaching up through the arms, palms face midline. Plug your thumbs into the wall behind you and the heads of your arm bones into the shoulder sockets. Brighten the heart, legs strong, hips start to move forward, come into a very gentle back bend. It can be very subtle. You just feel that nice opening across the front body. Hands come back down to the heart. Nice. Inhale, reach back up. And as you exhale, if you have space, swan dive. Otherwise, hands can come through the heart space. Fold back down, Uttanasana. Pour the breath out, hollow belly to thighs. Halfway lift. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, palms down. Step back to plank pose. Nice. Lower down nice and slow. Elbows against the ribs. We're going to take 3 cobras. So point the toes. Let the legs get 10 pounds heavier. And then inhale to lift up. And think about extending the spine forward so that when you come back down, your spine is a little longer. It's kind of like your sternum is inching its way up the mat. So inhale to lift. Extend the sternum forward, keep the hips anchored, unravel more the belly flesh down, forward, and the heart moves down into the floor. One last time, just like that. So inhale, gaze past the bridge of the nose, lift and extend the spine forward. Exhale, unravel, press into the palms, tuck the toes under, downward dogs. Let's take a big breath in. Exhale completely. Another big breath in. On the bottom of this exhale, you're going to step or jump forward. So empty out the breath, look forward, step or jump, and then flatten the back, inhale. So it's perfect timing to lengthen out. Exhale, fold back in, palms flat, gaze to navel. Rise back up to stand. As long as you have that firm foundation, the legs are turned on, you might invite it back. Bend into your body, lift the chest. And then exhale, the hands come back down to the heart. Okay, so one completed. Let's take it into the second. Reach high, lengthening up, just increasing the blood flow in the body. Take that forward fold. Exhale, bowing in. Flatten the back. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Palms down, step or float back. Lower down, you can just take one cobra here or upward dog if you're ready to straighten the legs and lift the knees off the floor, curl back. And then into your downward dogs, the hips go high, the thighs pressing back. 3 breaths here. 1. 2. Replacing your mind with breath. And empty the breath, bend the knees, look forward. Step or float to the top of your mat. Flatten the back, inhale, lengthening. And then fold. Rising up, rooting into the floor to reach high, maybe inviting in that open chest. Hands to the heart, exhale. Reach high, inhale. And fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale, breath. High to low plank, exhale. Full inhale breath, pull the heart through the upper arm bones, maybe float those knees, up dog, down dog, press back. 3 breaths, organize your posture, clear your mind, go inward with your attention. Bend the knees, look forward, step or float at the bottom of the exhale. Flatten the back, inhale, lengthen, and then fold. Root to rise, take the arms up, open up the chest, press the hips forward, lean back, hands to heart, exhale. As big toes come together, bend the knees, sit down gently into chair. So invite softness into this super power pose. And then fold forward, touch the earth, straighten the legs, face towards shins. Flatten the back, inhale. High to low plank, exhale. Maybe you float. Elbows in, chaturanga dandasana. Elbows and shoulders in line. Flip the feet. Lift and open. Exhale. The belly pulls the hips high. Downward dog. Step your right foot forward between your thumbs. Spin your left heel to the mat. Rise up for Virabhadrasana 1. Inhale. Sink deeper into the hips, exhale. Stay anchored there in your feet and your legs. Lengthen the spine, inhale. Exhale, the palms float down. Elbows in as you lower. Chaturanga Dandasana. Take it through your Vinyasa. Click those pinkies down as you lift your chest. Exhale, down dogs. Left leg forward. Right heel down, Vira 1, opposite side. As you breathe out, settle deeper, square hips more, press into the razor edge of your right foot. Inhale to lengthen, look up maybe. And on your out breath, float down through chaturanga. Moving with your breath, always opting to make this practice your own individual practice. To do what serves you. Take what you need from each shape, from each cue. Nothing more, nothing less. Turn up the volume of your breath. Come into Ujjayi here without forcing. So try less hard to do that. So it's You are making a sound, but it doesn't have to be really challenging or hard. I like to think of it kind of like a butterfly landing on a flower. It's very soft, present, not forceful. Just promoting that inner stillness and quiet. Take that exhale as you bend your knees and look forward, then step or float at the bottom of that breath out so that you can lengthen the spine right away, and then drape yourself back down into the legs, exhaling. Bending the knees, big toes together, sit down for chair. And on your breath out, stand, hands to the heart. If your feet aren't touching, big toes touch. Bend the knees, sit down, chair. Utkatasana, scoop the low belly. Exhale and fold, touch the floor. Flatten the back with an in-breath, high to low plank. Exhale. Cobras or upward dogs. Downward dogs, exhale. Right foot forward. One breath this time. So as the left heel stamps, reach arms high, fill the lungs, stretch the body. Exhale is bringing you down. So you're all going to be flowing at different paces, honoring your breath, letting that breath become your teacher, your greatest teacher. You'll take it into the other side as you're ready. One breath to rise, one breath to come down. Taking it through your vinyasa is always an option. As you come back to your down dogs, look for that length in the spine. All four sides elongate, stretching from the fingertips to the toes. Take your inner thighs and outer thighs back evenly. Take your inner heels to your outer heels. Pull the arches to the belly. Emptying the breath here. Bend the knees, look forward. Step or float and elongate Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold in. Big toes are together. Bend the knees. Sweep the arms up, sitting down in your chair. And as you exhale, stand, hands to the heart. Okay, so we're going to get a little creative here at this point. Arms go up with an inhale. And as you exhale, right foot steps back. Big step back. Spin the toes to the long edge of your mat. And take your right hand to your right thigh as the left arm reaches up and over. Create space in that left hip. Both legs are straight here. Right hand is on right thigh or maybe outer shin. Left arm is reaching. Opening up those intercostals, those spaces between the side ribs. Take another full breath in here. As you exhale, you're just going to kind of drape down into Prasarita. So hands come to the floor. Walk the heels of the hands back in line with the heels of your feet. Press the floor forward and down as you bend your elbows over your wrists. Turn on those legs again. So what does that mean in this moment? To turn on that switch in your legs, to ground and root through your feet. It's finding Padahastasana, the lift in the arches, pulling that up into the belly. Uddiyana Bandha. Staying with your breath. From here, walk your hands out. Keep your left palm down. Stretch that right arm up to the sky and try to keep your hips level. A twist can only happen if one point in your body stays firm. That needs to be the hips. So if you need to, right hand to the sacrum, just level off the pelvis here. Might mean that you need to take that right hip back, left hip down just a touch, and then re-extend that right arm to the sky. Keep that. Maybe take that right forearm across the low back and wedge those fingertips into that left hip crease. See if that can aid you in getting that right shoulder further over the left. Get a little more twist. Nice. Keep the hand here. We're going to come into Parshva Konasana from this shape. Spin your left toes to the front wall. And then take your left hand outside of your left foot as you bend into that left knee. Keep rolling right shoulder over left. If this is too deep for your body, left elbow, left thigh. So be in either or. Make your right leg strong. Right thigh presses towards the hamstring, but that left hip drops and tucks under. Keep opening the left knee towards the pinky toe of your left foot and breathe here. Take another inhale. Empty out the breath, exhale. You're going to use the inhale to come up into warrior two, releasing that right arm back, gazing to the left, past those fingertips. Soften the shoulder blades down the back, broaden the collarbones, deepen into that left knee. And turn your left palm to the sky. Inhale to reverse warrior. Sweep that right forearm again across your low back. So can you bring that forearm across the low back once again? Nice. As you come forward, Ardha Chandrasana. Keep the bind. Left hand comes in front of those left toes. Right leg is going to lift off the mat. You're on your left fingertips and your left foot. If you can keep that bind, go ahead. If it's easier for you to release it, feel free. And keep rolling that right shoulder over the left. Maybe you turn your gaze to the side wall. Maybe the gaze goes to the ceiling. Flex your right foot. Stand strong into your left leg. Invite the power into your legs and your foundation. Let's take another breath. Release that right arm to the sky. And then set the right fingertips next to the left. Step back into lunge pose. Right toes meet the back edge of your mat. Drop the right knee down and sweep the arms overhead, Anjaneyasana. Nice. Bring your palms together if it's okay for your body. Back knee is all the way down, Weeba. Point your fingers, release. Pull those arm bones back of the ears. Lift the chest, work the shoulder blades down. Take the hips forward and melt them a touch more. One more breath here. What kind of power and foundation can you bring into your legs? Hug them in towards midline. Exhale the hands down. Frame your left foot. Ardha Hanumanasana. Move your hips back. Roll the left toes towards your face. And then fold in, forehead towards the shin or the knee. Breathe into the upper back. Pressing your left heel down. It feels like you're trying to pull the mat to you with your left heel. Breathe into that length you're creating in the back of that leg. Nice steady breaths. Nice. Roll the bottom of your left foot back to the floor. Step back to plank pose. Top of a push-up, lower down elbows, gathering in at the side ribs. Point the toes, lift the chest, maybe the knees, upward dogs. Exhale back downward facing Adho Mukha. Sink the heels down, press the chest to the toes. Inhale here. Exhale here. One more breath. Inhale. Bending the knees as you exhale. Look forward, step or float. Halfway lift. Inhale. And fold. We're going to take the arms all the way up, standing Urdhva Hastasana. Palms touch briefly. Left foot, big step back. Turn the toes to the long edge of your mat. Left hand to left thigh, right arm stays high. Begin to crawl your left fingertips towards your left ankle. Make sure both toes turn to the long edge of the mat as that right arm goes up and starts to reach over. Find an edge. Keep leaning back into the shoulder blades. Keep turning on the legs. When you feel those kneecaps falling, re-engage the quads. Lift them up into the quads again. Pull the arches into the belly. Nice. From this wide stance, with the toes turned to the long edge of your mat, fold forward, Prasarita Padottanasana. So you can bring right palm down, kind of sweeping in from the left. Walk your heels of your hands back in line with the heels of your feet. You might check out now that your toes are parallel to one another or slightly turned in. And as you push your palms down and forward, use the traction of the floor to get in a little deeper. Take the inner thighs back and apart. Release to the low back. Reach through the crown and breathe. Let's walk the hands out in front of the face. Right palm stays down in this set. We're going to bring the left arm up to the sky. Start to go into that twist in a way of being aware of how your pelvis is positioned. Level the pelvis, tops of thighs evenly back. If that right hip dips a little bit, take it back and drop the left hip a touch, and then turn the chest again. You might not get as much of a rotation, that's fine, but you're getting a good twist. Left forearm around the low back, fingertips into that right hip crease. Find that bind. Maintain level hips and see if you can start to rotate a little bit more. Turn the left shoulder up, wrap it back and down into the heart. And now spin right toes forward, Parshva Konasana. So as you just turn those right toes to the front wall, bend the right knee, bring your right hand outside of your right foot. and lean back. Take the ponytail back, take the chin to the shoulder, look up. Take the head of that right thigh bone down a little deeper. You can use a block or the right elbow can be on the right thigh. Make that left leg strong. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhales to get you into warrior two. Rise up. Settle in. Drop into that right knee. Nice. It's challenging, but it feels good, right? It's like a relationship. So that's our relationship with our yoga practice. Okay. Extend out through the arms, turn that right palm up, reverse warrior, left forearm around the low back again. So see if you can rediscover that bind here. Feel the way the right fingertips are pulling those right ribs up and open a little more. Ardha Chandrasana. So right hand comes forward, place it onto the floor, lift the left leg off the mat. See if you can balance here with your left forearm around your low back in this bind. Rolling the left hip point over the right. If it's not working, release it. Take some other shape. Always taking on that role of the healer. Flex that extended foot. Make your legs strong. Turn them on. Superpower those legs. I didn't offer it on the other side, but maybe bring your right palm, touch your heart, set it back down. Nice, Kim. Nice, left arm up, inhale. Left fingertips down, exhale, step back, giant lunge pose, dropping that left knee to the floor, sweep the arms up. Anjaneyasana, gather the hands together, pointers release, Kali Mudra. Pointers extended, reach back. Kali Mudra representing that goddess Kali, who is the goddess of destruction, but also the goddess of renewing. So the trembles here, destructing something, burning away something that blocks us. Invite those trembles, those shakes. Invite that destruction in. Nice. Bring the hands down, Ardha Hanumanasana, right leg straight. Fold over your right leg, forehead to the shin. Breathe into the upper back. Breathe into the back of that leg. Drag the heel towards you energetically so it doesn't actually move, but you feel that energy behind pulling the heel back. Job. Bring it forward, back to lunge, place the palms, step back plank pose, lower down, elbows in, maybe you hover, maybe you land, cobras, upward dogs, lift the chest, exhale, downward dogs. Take a big breath in. Let's drop the knees on exhale. Take child's pose or sit on your heels. Just take a quick breather and then we're going to go into that sequence a little bit differently. Child's pose or sitting on the heels and hero pose, eyes closed. Breathing deeply, getting lots of oxygen into your body. This feeds the organs, the lungs, the brain. We're not just taking oxygen into the lungs. When you breathe through the nose. It humidifies the air that moves into your body. And from there, it goes in and out of the bloodstream via those tiny blood vessels that infiltrate all of our tissues. So every single cell in our body is breathing with us. So yes, you can breathe into your spine, and yes, you can breathe into your hips. Don't look at me that way. But are you conscious of it? Let the eyes open, transition back to your down dogs, Adho Mukha. Hips go high, thighs go back. Heels melting into the floor, stretch from fingertips to toes to heels. Full breath in here. Empty it out. Bend the knees, look forward, step or jump. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Sweep arms high. Inhale, palms touch, right foot back. Exhale. Right hand down, left arm up, inhale. So you can look to me if you get lost. Left arm is up, we're side bending. Exhale, fold forward. Bring the hands right between the feet, fold. Left hand beneath the face, right arm high, inhale, open it up. Take that bind, exhale. Spin the left toes forward, Parshva Konasana, inhale. We're gonna come right into Warrior Two, exhale. Right palm cartwheels to the floor inside of left foot. Press down, side plank on right foot. Left arm high, inhale. Nice. As you exhale, downward dogs, left palm to the floor, hips high. Take that right leg to the sky now. So right leg is high. Bend the knee, open the hip. Stay here or flip your dog. Take the right toes to the floor. Circle that right arm around and reach. Nice. Begin to tip back towards neutral. Bring the right palm down, right leg up. Bring the knee on that right leg to your left elbow. Pause. Extend the leg to the left. Outer edge of your right foot lands on your neighbor's mat. Sweep that left arm up, fallen triangle. Spinning your right heel. Left heel to the floor. Left arm goes up. Lift those hips high. Left hand comes down. Right knee comes in. Send it high. Three-legged dog. Right leg sweeps up, 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 and back. Sweep it through. Crescent lunge. Foot between the thumbs. Rise up. Arms reach up. Hook your thumbs. Spread your fingers. Sink deep into those hips. Open across the chest. Sink a little deeper on your exhale. Inhale here. And on your exhale, twisting to the right. Left arm forward, right arm back. So strong in your core. Take those right fingertips to your left hamstring. So you got to reach that arm all the way behind you. Take that left arm up. Get into the left side body and psoas. Lower psoas. Feel it in your low lumbar to hip area. Warrior Two, back wall. Lead with that left arm. Gaze past the left fingertips. Turn on your toes. Warrior Two, back wall. Look past your left fingertips. Awesome. Inhale, reverse warrior. Straighten your left leg. And then reach forward for triangle pose. Bring that left hand down. Right arm up. 3 breaths here. So we're facing now the opposite wall. Yeah. Lean back. Take the back of your skull and your tailbone into the same line. Try to bring yourself into that same plane. One more breath here. Inhale. We're going to look down here. Forward fold top of your mat. Right foot meets left. Uttanasana. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Chair pose. From chair, side crow. Sweep your hands to the heart. Left elbow outside of the right knee. Stay here or set those hands down. Fingertips are going to face that mirror wall on our right. Take your heart out, look out. Press the right knee into the left elbow. Float those toes up. Any variations welcome. So you're welcome to stay, to float. One more breath. Bring those feet back down. Fold over your legs. Take your hands between your feet, 2 fists between the arches of your feet. Grab your big toes. Push your thumbs into the mat right in front of those big toes. Lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, fold down. Try to keep the front and back of your spine equally lengthened. Drop the head. Breathe. Release the back of the neck, the sides of the neck. Let the breath flow. Body loves to move, loves to breathe. Nice. You're going to keep your right hand where it is, on that big toe. Left hand to left hip. Get a good grip. Press into your left leg. Bring that right leg up with you. Stand up nice and tall. Draw the navel in, tailbone down, level the hips, and then send that right leg forward. Outer right hip softens down so the hips can level. Take the left arm to the sky. Steady your gaze. Invite the challenge. Keep the right leg where it is. Maybe both arms up. 90-degree bend into that right leg. Veer 3, reach your arms forward. Take your right leg back. Set the fingertips down. Step back to lunge pose. We're going to take a big half circle to the right till we're squared to the front wall again. So just walk your hands, spin on your feet. As the right toes point to the back wall, right hand inside of right foot for lizard. So keep your right hand inside that right foot. Crawl your left leg back. Most of us could benefit from taking that left leg back a little more. Drop the knee now. Stand your palms, take a big breath in. Or come down to the elbows. Keep squeezing your right knee in. So we're starting to awaken the inner thigh, the adductors here, rather than letting that knee fall out. You can also engage your inner left thigh so that it feels like your legs are squeezing towards the center plane in your body. Maybe let the hips melt a touch more. Pressing up into your palms. Take your left palm to the left to the point of even coming off your yoga mat. So just take your left hand a full hand print over to the left. Sweep the right arm up to the sky. Now here, let that right knee open. So roll the inner edge of your right foot away from the floor. Let the knee start to open. Bend your left knee, sweep that right hand back, catch the outer edge of that foot. You might have to curl in, do a little crunch to get the foot, but then open it back up. Pull your heart away from the front of your pelvis. Press your sacrum against your pubic bone. Find the back bend there. Lift up out of the left shoulder. So you're crunching. There you go. Beautiful. Release. Right palm down. Take that right leg high. Inhale. Downward dog with the right leg up. Nice. We're going to walk our hands to our left toes. So start to travel down your mat. Walk it back. Walk it back. Left hand takes the left ankle. Right hand supports you. If your torso folds in, your right leg lifts. So look for that balance. Standing splits. Nice. Now walk your fingertips out beneath your shoulders. Bend your right knee. Reach your left hand back. Clasp the foot. Lean into the right hand and the left foot. Open your chest to the left. Binded Parivrtta Ardha Chandrasana. Smile. Nice. One more breath. Gently release that foot. Walk it all the way out to plank. Keep your right leg off the floor. Big breath in. Lower down, elbows in. Tops of both feet land. Upward dog. Lift up through the chest. Downward dog, exhale, press back, thighs back. Let's take a huge breath in here through the nose. Inhale, inhale, then sip in a little bit more breath. Expand into the ribs, open the mouth. Ha, breath out. Nice, drop down to your knees. Sit on the heels or child's pose. A little break from it? We'll turn it back on. I'll give this a little break. Find your child's pose or your asana seat. Take a couple breaths here. We talked a little bit in the philosophy course that I'm holding right before this class about contentment or Santosha, which is one of the 8 limbs in Patanjali's Yoga Sutras. And it was just that idea of that we're always reaching for happiness in the term of like human happiness, those things that cause us joy that tend to be fairly impermanent, like X amount in your bank account or new car, new outfit, buying to experience more happiness. And then how we also have those big lows. We're always fighting to escape those lows, and so essentially we're on this human roller coaster of going up and down and up and down, and Santosha represents that middle place where you don't get swept up in the high highs or the low lows. And how the door to contentment, or Santosha, as Patanjali explains, it opens to experience an inner peace that is blissful and peaceful and doesn't need to reach and attach in order to be happy. So it's like you have to get to that middle place without those super highs or lows for that door to open, for that to become available to you. I feel like sometimes we come into our yoga practice with expectations of it has to be this good and it has to make me feel this way, otherwise it wasn't okay. And so seeing if you can practice just being in that contentment, maybe those doors start to open. Notice if you're always reaching or striving, always running from what isn't good, running towards without any hesitation to what makes you temporarily happy. Let's press into the palms, downward dogs. We're going to take that same flow to the other side. You know we're moving a little faster with the breath in the second side, so start to find your Ujjayi Pranayama so that it can help to guide you through the poses. Take an inhale here, exhale here. Bend the knees, step or jump forward, and inhale to flat back. Exhale to fold. Arms sweep up on inhale, palms touch. Left foot steps back, exhale. Turn the toes, left hand, left thigh, inhale. Pour yourself down, exhale. Nice. Right palm to floor, left arm high, inhale. Bind on the exhale. Right toes forward, bend the right knee, inhale. Parjva Konasana, inhale. Turn those right toes forward, spin on that right heel. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale to side plank, left palm. Right leg sweeps back, right arm is to the sky. Lift the hips a little higher. Exhale to downward dog, right palm to mat, hips go up. Nice, left leg lifts, inhale. Open the hip, exhale. And now maybe flip your dog. Take the toes down, circle that left arm around, lift the hips. Now start to tip back towards neutral. Left palm down as the left knee sweeps to right elbow. Extend the left leg to the right. Land on the outer edge of your left foot. Can those toes be in line with your fingertips as the right arm sweeps up? So those left toes are way up to the top of your mat. Nice. Exhale, bring that right palm back down. Bring that left knee in, send it high. Three-legged dog. Stepping forward, crescent lunge. Step forward, rise up, hook your thumbs, spread your fingers. The wider the fingers, the more space in your lungs. Exhale here. Sink a little deeper. And take your twist. Right arm forward, left arm back. Left hand to the right thigh from behind. So reach back with that left hand, take that right arm up. Let the right hip melt a little bit until you get this huge stretch into the whole right side. Keep pushing your right hip forward as you take it down. And this is where it gets interesting. We're going to lead with that right hand to warrior two back wall. Just spin on your toes, gaze to the right. Sink deeper into that knee. Flip the right palm up, reverse warrior, inhale. Straighten your right leg here. Triangle pose as you exhale. Bring that right hand forward and down, left arm to the sky. Open up across the chest. Lift the kneecaps. That means the legs are turned on. Lift the arches, Padahastasana. Padabandha. Upon that lift in the arches of your feet, pulling up into the core. So we're going to come into a forward fold here. So get there mindfully. Left hand down, left foot forward. Bend the knees. Sit down for chair. Arms go up. Now optional. Stay here. Well, actually, no. Everybody should twist. Right elbow outside of the knee. Stay here. So working into this twist. Or set your hands down. Fingertips are both going to point on both hands to the left wall. Bring your left knee to your right elbow. Float the feet up. Taking side crow. That's an option. Maybe try it out. See what happens. Core strong. Press down to lift. Get that foundation. And then step your feet back to the floor. Fold forward, stepping your feet hip width distance. 2 fists between the arches. Insert hands under feet. Padahastasana pose. Toes pressing wrists down. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale to fold, drop the head. Stay here and breathe. Nice. Slide your hands out from beneath your feet. Grab a hold of your left big toe with your pointer and middle finger. Right hand on your right hip. Push down to rise up. Pick that left leg up with you. As you come to stand, stand tall. Straighten that right leg. Kick the left leg forward. And then reach your right arm to the ceiling. Gaze is centered on one single unmoving point. Breathe. Keep your left leg here, both arms to sky. Bend the left knee to 90, sweep it back. Virabhadrasana 3, balance here. Your hands can stay forward at your heart or alongside your body. Level the hips. Bring your fingertips down and then step back to lunge pose. Nice. Quarter, actually half circle to the left. So walk your hands and your feet till you're facing the front, but keep your hands inside that left foot as you drop the right knee for lizard. Right knee comes down, lift the chest. Exhale, drop into the elbows if that's right for your body. Drop the head, breathe into the back. Find the inner thighs. Just by bringing your awareness there, you can probably kind of switch on the lights. That part of your body, that living house. Turn on the lights in all these rooms. Start to inhabit them. Now press up into the palms. Bring your right palm to the right of full hand step. Just walk that right hand to the right, one full hand step. Let's bring our left hand to the left inner knee or thigh. So left hand presses inner knee away for a moment as you turn your chest to the left. So just ease that knee out. Let the outer edge of your foot press into the floor so the inner arch lifts. Now take that left arm up, keeping that left leg where it is. Keep pulling the heart away from the pelvis. Bend your right knee, reach back. You might have to curl in to find the foot, but then wrap that left shoulder back again and pull your heart forward. Press the hips gently down and forward. Take the head back, the tips of the ears back, shoulders back. One more breath. Good job. Lift up out of that right shoulder. And then release. Three-legged dog. So as the palms come down, take your left leg to the sky. Lift it up, walking slowly towards your right toes. So you're just patting your hands back, back, back. Standing splits. Right hand takes right calf. Grab the right calf with your right palm and lift that left leg up a little higher. Fold in a little deeper. Some of us can bring the left hand also to the right ankle. Both hands on ankle, balance. Go ahead and give it a try. Nice. Now bend your left knee, walk your fingertips beneath your shoulders, reach your right hand up and back for your left foot. Right hand. Yeah. Right hand goes up and back, opposite hand to foot. And now open it up. Kick into the hand a little bit. Soften your right knee and wrap that right hip back and turn the chest. And soften this knee and pull this hip open. Ah, there you go. Nice. Gently release. Hand comes back down. Walk it forward to plank, keeping your left leg hovering. Three-legged plank pose. Lower chaturanga, elbows in. Upward dogs, tops of feet press, pinky toes down. Exhale, downward dogs. Big breath in. Exhale out. Nice. Come forward and lower all the way to your bellies. Just rest here, arms alongside the body. Let's bring our left cheek to the floor so you're looking to the right. So it's kind of a flipped savasana. Just feel your body breathing. Feel the depth of that breath. Maybe it feels sort of forced or rushed. Good. Just start to slow it down. And then turn the head the other way. With your head turned this direction, pull your right knee to the right, finding that your knee comes up in line with your right hip. You're opening up that hip. So just drag the inner knee to the floor, over to the right. Keep your gaze to the left. So back to Santosha, contentment. This excerpt from the prophet, from Khalil Gibran. He says, the deeper that sorrow carves into your being, the more joy that you can contain. Is not the cup that holds your wine the very cup that was burned in the potter's oven? And is not the lute that soothes your spirit the very wood that was hollowed with knives? When you are joyous, look deep into your heart, and you shall find it is only that which has given you sorrow that is now giving you joy. When you are sorrowful, look again into your heart, and you shall see that in truth you are weeping for that which has been your delight. Extend that right leg back, turn your head, take it to the other side. Left knee over to the left, to the right. And then take that left leg back. We're going to bring our hands to the back of our head, interlace all 10 fingers there. What we're going to be doing is pressing our head into our hands in a moment. So bring your legs together. Keep your legs heavy into the floor. 10 pounds heavier, in fact. And then lift your elbows a little bit. Activate your upper back. Press your head up into your hands. Do a backward sit-up. So you're just lifting the chest. Exhale to lower. So hands at the back of the head, Shana, rather than the neck. Yeah. Inhale, press your head up into your hands. Keep your elbows wide. Sternum forward. Gaze past the bridge of your nose. Lower back down. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Legs strong. Hips pressing. Exhale, lower. One more time, lift. Inhale. And exhale, lower. Now bring your palms along your side ribs. So now your fingertips kind of lined up with your armpits. They're further back than where they were for cobra. So drag them back till you feel like your wrists and your elbows are straight up and down from each other. Make your legs strong. Now take your chest and your head and your legs up, but keep your palms down. So it's a supported Shalambhasana or locust. So as you lift your legs, bring your big toes towards one another, press your hips down, lift your chest, palms very lightly supporting you, and then come back down. We're going to go into that again. Lift up, inhale. Now take your palms off the floor, send them back, clasp all 10 fingers behind you. Stretch your thumbs down and away from the low back. Stay here, bend your knees, grab your feet. Kick into your hands, lift up, inhale. Lower just an inch, roll to your right side. So kick it over to the right. So lower a little bit, roll it over to your right. As you come to the right, bring your feet together, heels together. And then bring it back to neutral, roll back to center, kick up, inhale. Lower a tad, roll it over to the left. Try to bring your heels together. Gotcha. Thank you. Turtle. And then roll back to the belly, kick up one last time, inhale. And release, exhale. Arms at the sides. Bend the knees and just windshield wipe your feet side to side. legs up to neutral. Set them down. Slide your palms along your shoulders. Press your hands and your knees, table. And then we're going to come up into Ustrasana. Nice deep back bend. You're welcome to use your 2 blocks if you need. We might just see what happens. We're going to come up onto our knees. You can tuck the heels. If you tuck your the toes. If you tuck your toes, it brings the heels that much closer, which might be all that you need. So feel free to do that. Hips over knees. Now press down into the legs. So this is your foundation, pressing down into the knees, the toes, or the shins. Bring your thumbs into your armpits and lift your chest. Kind of like scoop your chest up. Keep that in your upper back. Bring your hands to your low back or your pelvis. Fingertips down, press your hips forward. And now look over your left shoulder. Find your heel with your left hand. Reach your right arm up to the ceiling. Keep pressing your hips evenly forward. Maybe start to take that right arm towards the wall behind you. To come out, right palm moves first to the top of the right thigh. Left arm circles up to the top of the left thigh. Sit down onto your heels. Close your eyes. And just be present to whatever's there. Sensation of warmth, tingling, heat. That burning sensation of transformation, changes happening in your body with each pose, with each breath, and with our mindset, your intention. Come back up into your knees, tuck the toes, just setting up for opposite side. Nice. Thumbs to the armpit chest, lift the chest, scoop it up. Keep that in your upper back. Hands to the hips, press hips forward. Look over right shoulder, catch right heel. Left arm up, inhale, lift the chest, square it back up to the ceiling. So as nice as it feels to turn to the right, try to turn your chest to the ceiling. So take that left arm over to the left a little more, push your right chest up. Left palm to left thigh, right hand circles around, top of right thigh, sit down onto your heels, close your eyes. Notice if it's your habit to add to sensation a story, a label, an explanation, an excuse. It's just observing without judgment, just getting to know. And final, Ustrasana. Come up onto your knees. Tuck toes or not, legs strong. Push down into the knees, the shins, the toes. Tailbone towards the floor, thumbs to armpit chest, lift up. Hands to hips, press forward, melt the top of the hips down, and then maybe reach both hands for your heels or not. So be wherever it's suitable for your body to go. Keep your hips moving forward over the knees. And if it's okay for you, maybe you drop the head back. If you breathe, things will stay open. If you hold your breath, you'll create more tension. Slowly bring your hands back to your hips. Lift yourselves up slow. Sit on your heels. And just be aware of that fading sensation in your low back. Open the eyes. We'll come into an inversion. If you're at the front wall, just drag your mat to the wall. If you're at the back, you can use the mirror, you can use the walls. And if you're in the middle, you're with me, and we'll just do it without a wall. Actually, we can pair you two together. So I'll work with Chloe, and I'll show you what we're going to do. So if you're at the front or back wall, you can take any inversion. You could be handstand. You can take tripod. You can do forearm stand. You can do legs up the wall if that's your preference today. Just go upside down in some way. Well, Chloe, I'm gonna have you go into down dog, and then I'm gonna show them. So for us, if you could just watch us really quick. So from downward dog, you're gonna step forward about halfway to your hand. So just take a step forward. Do you kick with your right leg? Are you dominant with your right leg? Yeah. Okay. So now take that right leg up. Okay, so I'm going to take her thigh. She's going to hug towards midline. So this hip down, this hip back. Press down into my hands. Lift back up. Yep. And then I'm going to bring her legs up, look down, scoop belly in. And I'm going to be here right here supporting her. You can bring your hands like I have mine, or you can hold onto her feet. Really press down, Chloe. Inner hands strong. And then when she says she's ready, I'm just going to support her hips. Come freely to the floor. So give me that go ahead when you're ready.
Okay, I'm ready.
Ooh. Okay, and I can help you too. Good job. Do you want to do it again? Okay. Or, I don't know why I didn't think of it, feel free to use that mirror too, if you feel like you guys want to figure it out on your own too. You're just stuck with me, I guess. So right leg up. You're going to try your left? No. Okay. Okay, so press down. Belly in, so pull your front hip towards your ribs, tailbone down, towards your heels. Awesome, you're almost on your own legs. Going down? Good job. Yeah. So after you've done your inversion, you can come down to rest child's pose. Do you want me to put you into handstand? You want to try it? You guys, okay. Okay, did you want to do like a tripod or legs up the wall? And if you don't feel like doing anything, you don't have to. Okay, how about you? Do you want to try getting into a handstand? Okay, so come into down dog. So child's pose when you're done. Downward dog, face. You can face this. Oh, you want to go that way? No, that's fine. You can face. Yeah. Do you kick with your right leg? Okay, just take your left foot in a step. Lift your right leg up. Now square your hips a little bit. Press down into my hands. Try to get your hips farther over your head before you look forward. Oh, there we go. Sorry. You're good. Belly in. Good. Push down. Look forward. Okay, now I'm going to let you down. Okay. That's going to go down. Balance on, but it's really good. Just work on pulling this in a little bit. Okay. So then you won't be so like open. Thank you. Thanks, Chloe. So child's pose. If you haven't made your way there, make your way there. We're going to start to wind down. If you're still inverting, that's fine too. Take about 5 more breaths here just to slow our breath. Notice if going upside down was scary, kind of stirred something up. I kicked up without a wall the other day and I flipped over and hit my head. And I could just tell, because I've done the work and like looking inwards, that was going to freak me out. And so without even thinking, I threw myself into 5 more, because it's those moments when you don't go back into it and you let yourself get scared. You create this scared feeling about going upside down or doing anything in life. Sometimes you just have to do it, facing fear. So it's normal to feel a little scared. You could fall, but it's not too far. There's worse things than falling out of handstand. Come up onto our palms, sweep the feet to the side. Finding Dandasana pose, the legs will be extended in front of you. We'll bring the hands to the floor on either side of the hips. Press the backs of the knees into the floor. Slightly inner spiral your upper thighs, so it feels like your inner thighs are dipping into the floor here. And as you push your palms down into the floor, or fingertips if you can't reach whole palms, just feel like you're lengthening up the spine. It's like you're even lifting the organs and the skin and the torso. The shoulders are on the back. Crown is extending. And close the eyes, deepen the breath. Turn on the legs again. So flip on that switch in the legs. Look forward, open the eyes, begin to crawl forward into Paschimottanasana. If you can't reach the feet, you can bend your knees. You can take a strap to the ball ends of the toes. You can grab a hold of the shins or the ankles. Take a variation. Wherever you are, whatever you're binded to, take an inhale, just look out. And again, think about lengthening the front and the back of the spine evenly. So the sternum and the opposite side of the sternum lengthens and elongates, and then keep that and fold back in and drop the head. 2 more breaths. Slowly begin to lift yourselves. Bring your hands along your hips and slide your hips forward towards your heels so that your feet are on the floor, your knees are bent, you're at the front half of your mat. Take your arms forward, palms facing up. Sit up nice and tall, inhale. Now as you exhale, tuck the tail, begin to curl in and lower down nice and slow. As the head lands, sweep the arms overhead, keep your legs as they are. Exhale, curl up nice and slow. Chin pulls in, reach fingertips forward, curl up the spine. Lift the chest, inhale. Curl in, exhale from your low back first, so tailbone tucks. Press the lumbar spine 1 vertebra at a time. Slowly take it down, invite in those little quivers, those shakes. As your head lands, arms overhead, inhale. Belly to spine, chin to chest, exhale, slow motion back up. Lift the chest, inhale, last time. Tuck tail, exhale, lower back down. The more you pull the belly and the ribs into the spine, the more they're exposed. 1 vertebrae down, arms overhead, inhale. And as you exhale, bend the knees in, grab the big toes, happy baby, legs go wide. Pull gently down with the hands. Keep hugging the inner thighs towards midline even though they're apart. So there's still an energy at the adductors. And then take your tailbone long. So try to take the whole spine down. Chances are most of us, the pelvis got lifted way up off the floor. Try to pull the pelvis back down. So that someday we'd have the natural curves of the spine. I could shine a flashlight underneath your lumbar spine. Work the shoulder blades down, broaden the collarbones. Keep your right leg where it is. Set your left foot to the floor. Slowly begin to crawl it out. Grab a hold of the big toe with the pointer middle. Send that leg straight up. So left leg is going straight out, Michelle. Straight out to the front of the room. There you go. So the heel is in line with your hip. Your right leg is reaching up. If you need to take the hand to the back of the leg or to the calf, that's fine. If it's hard to hold the big toe, try to draw the right shoulder down again into the floor. Collarbones broad, chin slightly tucked. If your chin is jutting up, try to work the chin in and down, back. The neck starts to lengthen. As we bend the right knee, tuck your right foot into your left hip crease. So it's kind of like tree pose where your foot goes right into that left hip. It's Ardha Padmasana, half lotus position. And then send your right knee forward and press the outer knee towards the floor. You can hold on to your right foot if you want with your left hand. If you want to take the arms overhead, you can. Just feel the happenings in that hip. Breathe. If you have full lotus available to you, you might bend that left knee in, bring the left foot into that hip crease. Just see what you find for a moment. And then you can start to unwind. Nice, Angelina. Let's take it to the other side. So first, starting in happy baby, so the legs come up, the knees open, grab your big toes. And left foot stays where it is, right foot comes down. Grab the big toe of the left foot, pointer in middle, or wrap your hands to the back of the leg. Right leg is straight down, press out through the heel. The inner thigh of the right leg is going towards the floor. So you're keeping the right knee and the toes straight up and down. Root the left shoulder down, broaden the collarbones, chin to chest. Got it? Breathe. Start to breathe into more and more space in the back of that leg. And then bending that knee, take that foot into the hip crease, Ardha Padmasana or full. So if you prefer to take the right foot in as well, you can. Otherwise, just hang out here and let that position for the hip, the knee, and the ankle is extremely unusual for the leg. So the connective tissue needs to learn it. The joints need to learn it, need to start to open slowly to it. And then gently releasing. Nice. From here, we're going to take right ankle to left thigh to open up the outer hips now. Reach down, take your hands to the back of the left leg, pull that knee in. So your right ankle will be pressing right to the top of your left thigh. Flex your right foot so the toes pull back, and then move that right knee away from you. I even like to bend the right elbow against the inner knee and inner thigh a bit. That helps to track that knee away. Tapas. Keep our legs as they are, but bring your left foot back down to the floor. Just set your left foot down. Hop your left foot to the left, a foot or two, just a half foot. Yeah. And now keep your right ankle where it is, but drop your knees over to the right. So you're just going to let everything fall to the right. Perfect. Now your ankle is pressing against the outer knee if you did that right. Perfect. And now take your left arm up. Take that left knee, reach it forward and down, stretching into the whole left side body. Gentle twist for the low back. Some of us who need more, optional to bring that left knee into Ardha Virasana. So that would be you're bringing that left foot right outside of your left hip. And then you can bring your right foot into Ardha Padmasana. Half lotus. Slowly, wherever you are, one step at a time, unraveling yourself. You can bring the knees back up to neutral, release right foot to floor. And switch sides. Left foot, right thigh, flex the foot, open the knee, bring the leg to you, thread the hands to back of the right leg, pull it in. Keep the left knee moving away. Draw the chin in towards the throat. Right foot sets to the floor. Hop the right foot to the right foot. Drop the knees to the left. Stay here with the right arm reaching high, stretching the right fingertips and the right knee away from each other, or bring your right leg into Ardha Virasana, tucking the heel outside of the right hip. Drag the left foot into half lotus and rest there. and slowly unravel yourself, one step at a time. Pull the knees into the chest. Hop your hips to the left just a touch. Drop your knees to the right. Left arm reaching to the left. Look over your shoulder. Bring the knees back into center. Squeeze the legs at neutral. Realign the spine. Hop the hips to the right. Drop the knees to the left. There's that final rinse, that final release or let go. Noticing you have a choice of what you're going to carry into your final meditation. What kind of baggage you're going to take into that space. Maybe noticing how much baggage you bring into this present moment. Thoughts about the past, the future, to-do lists. Are you using this moment as a vehicle towards getting something or somewhere? Or can you just be here? Slowly bring the knees back up. Squeeze the legs in a final set. Maybe forehead comes to the kneecaps. Apanasana pose. Releasing Shavasana. Legs go long. Turn the palms up. Make space for the body. Take up as much space as you can. As the eyes fall shut, become keenly aware of your breath. Let go all control over the breath. Sometimes the breath will be full and deep. Sometimes the breath will be shallow, short. Allow it to be what it needs to be. Everything has come together to give you this moment in time. So take it as an opportunity to quiet down, to relax. Softening into the floor, the extremities sinking heavier and heavier into the mat. The breath starts to move the belly in a natural way. A soft, gentle rise, and then a sinking. ahead and notice your next breath. Start to flood your body with awareness. Maybe you wiggle the fingertips, the toes. When you're ready to, you can pull knees all the way up into the chest. Just pause here, maybe massaging the low back. Rolling to the right side. Our towels this morning are Kula, lavender, and eucalyptus. So it's very cleansing, restorative. When you're ready to, you can press up. Maybe you take that towel and you kind of wipe it down over the face. Take a couple of deep breaths of it. Maybe it comes to the back of the neck. We're going to come into our final position, just sitting up tall. Closing the eyes, relaxing the shoulders. Just resting in pure awareness, pure presence. Recognize the power of the mind. Respect the power of the mind. And also recognize the power behind the power, the ocean holding the wave. Recognize yourself as the ocean, with your stories, your feelings as waves. Waves can be both beautiful, waves can be terrifying, but always they return to the ocean. Every wave always is made up from the ocean. No wave can ever be separate from the ocean. Waves of thoughts, waves of emotions, waves of sensations, waves of events. They're all made up of consciousness. And they all return to consciousness. All never being separate from consciousness. And if this becomes another story, let this go. See what is true. Namaste. Great job. Thank you all.